Hey everybody, this is Craig from Nine Games, and today I'm going to go through my PS5 collection. So, just a heads up, a majority of my PS5 games are digital. I know that might upset some of my collector friends out there, but the realistic nature is that I got my PS5 in the middle of COVID, and I already would look for any excuse not to go into a social setting. So, a lot of the games I bought were digital. That happened at the end of my PS4 life as well. Sorry, I've done this video already once, and then about 9 minutes in, for some reason, the camera stopped. So I had to restart it, but I got PS5 games scattered everywhere, so I'm just going to start over with the pile that I was working on originally, which ironically I believe started with the Pac-Man. Well, not now, because it's upside down, so we'll work backwards in order. I'm not going to talk a shit ton about each one of these games. Same rules apply with my collection video. That really took the wind out of my sails. I had to redo this. I had a good video going on, but my ferret needed to come out. It was a whole lot of distraction. Okay. If you would like to see any further reviews of these games, just let me know. All my reviews, unless I'm really passionate about something, are now going to be in extremely short format because humans' attention spans fucking gone. Final Fantasy 16. I can't talk about it. Please don't talk to me about it. I bought it because it was on sale and I have not played it yet. Craig, why haven't you played it yet? Because I haven't played this yet. I have the steelbook for this. I'm sure I'll get to it at some point down the collection, but I got the steelbook for this. I'm stuck at the snake. I'm terrible at this game, and it really sucks because I got really, really into the original remake, and I liked playing the original remake. I beat it twice. I did a good amount of it on stream. I couldn't get into this, and I don't know why. I could not get into Rebirth. I tried to play it again around Christmas break because I got a hard drive for my PlayStation. I don't know where I'm going with this story. Oh, that's right. And I thought maybe I stopped playing because I was at the fucking snake. I can't remember the boss's name. In the swamp. And I was like, maybe I just gave up because I lost a bunch. And then I almost beat him and I lost. But I saw it was like what I made mistakes about. So I was like, oh, I can beat him if I play it again. And I was like, meh. And I just didn't want to play it anymore. I couldn't get into it. And I don't understand what it is because I really enjoyed the first one. And it's not that vastly different of a game, but I think the fact that I just started off with 2 Final Fantasies and told you that I barely even played them, I think I might be done with Final Fantasy. Not because I dislike it. It just can't. I don't want to waste whatever. Maybe I'll do a Final Fantasy video. Yo, this was a sad story. So Slave Zero, I believe Slave Zero was a Dreamcast game, but I'm getting deja vu. When my video stopped playing, I was talking about a Dreamcast game, but it wasn't this. Slave Zero was a Dreamcast game. This is a 2D hack and slash game. I want to say I played it for about 4 hours, and I don't exactly remember what happened. I'm going to have to, when I go back and watch this video, Craig, make a note for yourself. There's a glitch in here that made it so I couldn't progress in whatever level, and then I got so angry, I uninstalled it, put the shit in my collection, never talked about it. I actually do want to talk about that because I was very excited. I got a limited run, a physical copy, and then I never got to beat the game. It was Metroid Other M all over again. Some of these are my kids. I'm going to zip through them because I have only done 3 games and it's been 4 minutes. And even though I don't have a lot of physical games versus my digital, I have a lot. So this is going to be a big video. These are 2 games that the same son asked for. Obviously, he has a theme with games that he likes. I play Help Wanted 1 and 2 with the kids. That's kind of a fun game to sit next to them and play because, for one, I can't do the VR, and 2, it's not Five Nights at Freddy's, which I just don't like. I don't even want to call it a game, but whatever. We love Katamari. I love Katamari. I have another Katamari hard copy in here somewhere, and we'll get to it. if you've been on this channel this long and I haven't got you to like or play Katamari yet, I'm not gonna be able to. It's a great game. It's a hard thing to describe to somebody and tell them that it's fun. And then it's just what you have to play it. And then when it clicks in your brain, you're like, I understand how to move this fucking thing. It's one of the best stress relievers ever. My son was also all about this one. My son asked for that. And I guess Santa brought it for him. I don't know. I watched him beat it. I don't like those types of games. I don't really like the run and hide games. Or the sneak around and hide games. It's not my forte. Lollipop Chainsaw. I love Lollipop Chainsaw 360 PS3 era one. This one is not as good. The vibe was definitely destroyed just by replacing parts of the soundtrack. It is essentially the same game. I didn't have an issue with it. I liked it. I obviously bought it because I loved Lollipop Chainsaw. I streamed it twice on this channel. I've beaten it in its entirety on this channel. I've done reviews for it. So obviously I'm going to buy a hard copy of it. This is not something I would have gone on my way to buy a digital copy of just to have it. Like when they remade Silent Hill, I bought digital and physical copies. All I could. I wouldn't do that with a game like Lollipop Chainsaw, but I do support Suda51. This is where the video died last time. I was talking about Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. It's almost exactly how he says it. Fatal Fury is an extremely fun game to me. Mark of the Wolves was one of the few Dreamcast fighting games I played a lot of. Here, let me tell you right now. My most played fighting games on Dreamcast are as follows. Capcom vs. SNK, Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Street Fighter 3 Double Impact, and Mark of the Wolves. I don't know if I said that. And Last Blade. There's a lot of fighting games. But regardless, at the time, at a certain time, one of the only fighting games I had, or I was just tired of my other ones, was Mark of the Wolves. Mark of the Wolves. And that's a pretty complicated fighting system that I put up there with, like, Last Blade, where you can't just go in and mash your buttons to win, because some fighting games you can. It's technical, and I'm terrible at it, but I love that game. I can't explain it to you. I just do. Demon Souls. I'll never beat it. Don't know why I bought it. I actually bought that and then went and I think started playing. I bought it right before Elden Ring came out. Because after Elden Ring, they put Demon Souls on PlayStation 5 for free anyways, if you have the PlayStation Plus extra premium, whatever. I don't know why. I bought it I think just to have it. I have a copy of the original Demon Souls on PS3 when I get to that collection, but yeah. I'm awful at them games, guys. Metal Gear Solid 1. If you release a Metal Gear Solid collection, I'll buy. I would like Legacy Collection 2. There's been no re-release of 4. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I do want Collection 2 because I would like, Peace Walker and stuff in there. Like I said, I buy every Metal Gear collection. I don't like now they just come in one disc, though. I miss when we used to get the boxes with the multiple, like, fuck the planet amount of plastic. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, I bought. My son took to his mom's for 3 months, and then when I got it back, I sat on it for like 2 months. I think I installed it, started it for like 20 minutes. I say 20 minutes, usually ends up being like 4 hours. I definitely have a couple hours in it. And then I started playing something else, and my friend Nick was talking about wanting to play it, and I let him borrow it, and it was gone for like 6 months. And he 100% returned it to me. Haven't played it yet, which sucks. I need to find a day to actually just get into it because I really did enjoy the first one. Castlevania with Pac-Man, Shadow Labyrinth. I gotta breeze through some of these. I'm gonna talk about them way too much, and I already have videos, and I have a stream of this game. Sonic Superstars. Santa brought that for the whole family, whatever Christmas year that came out, and I'm the only person who beat it. A 4-player family game, and I beat it. Haunted House. Haunted House is great for what it is. All right, this game was $20 when I bought a hard copy of it. Haunted House was an original classic on Atari where you had to make your way and escape a haunted house. There are a lot of channels on here that will buy Atari. I still play my Atari. There are a lot of channels on here who will buy an Atari just to have it in their collection, and then they will fucking talk to you about the games like they know what they're doing. And I'm going to tell you something. You can go back to Atari and try and play Haunted House, but if you weren't born in that era, or you didn't do extensive research online beforehand, you ain't beating that fucking game. You ain't getting anywhere in that game because you're not going to go know what's going on. So they updated it to it's a roguelite. Don't get excited when I say that. It's not like one of them. This is a discount from a AAA company. A discount game from a AAA company. The nostalgia for Atari games will carry you a long way. It's fun, but it feels like a quarter of an actual game. It feels like a quarter of what any of the roguelites out there today would offer you. So this is a collection piece. This is a collection play it for a few hours piece. That's not going to be, take up a month of your time. $20 though. Oh yeah, and this is what. So let's just do this because I left some games over here too. Bam. I'm so glad they're re-releasing these games because I played this on PS1, but I was too cool to play this or the third one. So obviously, I assume they're gonna re-release the third one. Why the fuck would you do the first two and not the third? I genuinely love those games. They're very difficult. I showed this one off. I'm currently playing this one. I just beat one of the big bosses in it. I don't really need to talk much about Borderlands. We all know what Borderlands is. In Sound Mind. I don't remember shit about this game. I remember playing it. It's a puzzle game. It says survival horror and puzzle. I don't remember this being scary, but I don't remember it being disappointing. I just don't remember it. But I don't know, maybe I'll pop that one in and figure out what's going on. But I know I played it for a while and I got trophies. I might be confusing this with another game. We'll see when I get to it. I'm going to actually put this off to the side. Silent Hill 2, my unopened copy. I didn't play that one either. I didn't buy that for me. I was on a fatigue of Spider-Man at the time because I had just finished it. And my son wanted it, so I ended up buying that. And it was around the time I got my PS5 to begin with, so there wasn't much to get in the first place. Ooh. I need to get a hard copy of System Shock 2. Thanks for the reminder, Craig. No problem, Craig. This is a real... It's in here. Mr. So, it's my Cowabunga collection. But there was another disc in here that has nothing to do with PS5. This is my childhood in a box. Obviously, I'm gonna buy it. I don't think I've played a shit ton of this. It's more of a collection piece. This was in there though, which is also a collection piece. I fucking love Mr. Bean. I have a box set, which apparently that came out of. Hey, I don't remember if I had said this one already, but we talked about this yesterday, and my video broke off, so I got shit scattered everywhere. But my Terminator 2. Hey, more Santa ones. Look at. I feel like I got all the cat hair attacking me, but yeah. Santa brought that one for my wife. I played the original. I've streamed the original. I played the Quarry. I gotta be in a real. I need to. These are not bad games. I like the Dark Pictures anthology. I own all of them. I have to be in a mood for them. You know what I mean? And then Little Hope dashed my hopes for those types of games. But if you want to see what that's about, go back on my channel. I left all the Little Hope rant and everything on here. I was so angry at that. I'm getting angry right now thinking about that. Look, it's another Final Fantasy one. This is obviously mainly for collection. I don't know if I said it in this video or the last, but if they're re-releasing a game, to me it feels like it feels like there's not going to be a lot of copies of, I'm grabbing them. I don't think this one's going to be a super rare one for a while. But I'll always grab a Final Fantasy. Even if I don't really like them as much as I used to anymore. There's a funny story. And I'm going to save this game for last. It is probably... I wanted to tell you guys about this, and I didn't. And I'm going to lose credit. I'm going to lose street cred on this one. So, if you don't watch all of my video, skip to the end for this story. I'm going to zip through the rest of these, though. It looks like I got like 30 more. Terminator Resistance. This game was actually good. FPS? Yeah. I bought this, and then I went... I didn't beat it, though. But it's a fun game. It's actually a re-release. So, I didn't beat the PS5 version. That's a good fucking game. This game, and then RoboCop, which I don't have a hard copy of, but I'm going to talk about that just right here because it's what made me go back and get Terminator Resistance, is I played RoboCop, and I was afraid that it was going to be ruined because, you know, I was a kid when RoboCop was out. And Terminator was one of my big movies when I was a kid, too. And I don't like to mix the video games with certain movies too much because I don't want one to take away from the other. And generally, back then, it would be video games taking away from the movie or just making you hate the property in general. But Terminator Resistance was done really well. And RoboCop was done really well. I do believe you can get Terminator for real low cheap in a hard copy. And if you do, you really should grab it. It's a difficult game too, by the by. Hey! Make sure whenever I put the collection up, I pop this in the with Lollipop Chainsaw. I love Shadows of the Dam. Again, that's another one that I played beginning to end. That I streamed it. Yo, I did a video about this. And then stopped playing it immediately. This was not a bad game. I bought it for so cheap. I think I got this game for under $5 for a physical copy. I'm not 100% sure. I did the research back then, but I'm pretty sure the guy who made Knights made this. I'm pretty sure. And if that's true, he... I mean, you can feel it. This game wasn't bad. It was like, I think the issue was they didn't know who to market this game to. This is a game that you can sit down and play with young kids. Like, I realize what kind of times we're in now. This is a game that you sit down and you can play with your young children. It's not insanely difficult. But then some parts I do believe there was a difficulty spike. So then it's like, who the fuck are you selling this game to? But as for me, and my kids are, well, not to be braggadocious and toot my own horn here, but my kids are pretty high up on the gamer skills comparatively. My kids are already better. My 13-year-old is better at some games than me. That's just the way that it is. But I bet you my son could destroy another fucking 13-year-old in Mark of the Wolves, or City of the Wolves. Because, you know, they have access to so many fucking games. My kids are ridiculous. Their backlogs. Insanity. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, Balan. My kids could play Balan and be fine. But I think this is one of those games where your kid would pass you the controller and be like, Dad, I need help. And you're like, haha, I got it. And you're playing, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this game? One of those. I don't want to flip out because it's like, this game's hard. And then you go to the next level, and there's nothing really difficult about it. But, whatever, I digress. Oh my god. Guys. You know on this channel, even Sonic 2006, no Sonic disappoints this guy. I love every Sonic. I think you're all fools for following everybody and think Sonic 2006 was not a bad game. I beat that fucking game. I beat the final boss on here just so I could show everybody the Solaris Phase 2 music, which is arguably one of the best Sonic tracks that nobody got to see because Sonic 2006 was very broken and a lot of people gave up immediately. But anyways, I digress. Wow. I'm starting to really notice that my PS5 collection is a lot of remasters. This game was great though. And if you never got the chance to play it originally because you didn't have a Wii or you didn't want to use motion controls, this is a fantastic way to go back and play this game. This was an awesome. This is it might be a bad comparative. This is like a fucking Disney version of Zelda. And it's really, you know what? Yeah, it's a Disney version of Zelda. Play it. Mortal Kombat 1, we all know how I feel. I fucking hate it, but I'll play it. I like hate fuck the game. Yeah. Pepper Grinder, hard as shit. That's a game I didn't finish, not because it was difficult. It was difficult, but I was like, man, I don't want to apply the effort. My son took it. He ended up beating it in a couple days. Spirit of the North, I believe, was an indie. Yeah, this was an indie fucking. It says an adventure game, but it was like locked on a linear plane. You go through, you solve puzzles. Again, I bought that one probably because it was cheap and it had a fucking fox on it. And at the time, my daughter was probably like, "Oh, I want to play that because it has a fox or a wolf." That's a fox. Oh shit! I'm gonna put that with the other Storytime one. We'll move that all the way to the end. All right. I can't wait to show you guys my Halo Combat Evolved one for PS5. I like that. I like that I don't like it in the sense that people like it where they're like, yeah, fuck Xbox. PlayStation's got your games. No. I like jumping on and playing a game that I loved originally on a new console. I think I talked about this a little bit with Fallout yesterday. I played so much Fallout on all the consoles that I have them on that it feels weird to start a new game because I know that I'm going to just break it instantly. So it all feels broken. So when I get to start on something fresh, it's great. So Gears of War felt like a new experience, honestly, because I was playing it on the PlayStation controller. The haptic feedback, the feedback on the controller was great, which you're not getting on Xbox. And I don't mean that to like incite or inflame people. I'm just saying, like, matter of fact, they have that feature on the controller, which I thought was awesome. And I also beat the game co-op with my wife who was playing it on Xbox. But there was no shiny reward like this for Xbox, because if you had Ultimate Edition, you got this for free anyway. So I have this for Xbox digitally as well whenever I get to that collection. We all know how I feel about this. Got my game of the year that it came out. My best description, where I finally like trimmed it down, the best description for Astrobot is as follows. It is a Mario 64 clone that takes place in a PlayStation museum. Good stuff. Once Upon a Katamari, a new Katamari, not a re-release. It's just Katamari. You can't fuck up Katamari unless you just make a different game, I guess. See, I might have been confusing In Sound Mind with Ghostwire. I played Ghostwire for a few hours. I remember liking it, and I cannot tell you why I stopped playing it. There's no point there's no point that I disliked the game. I really don't know why I stopped playing it. That's going off to the side because I'm going to reinstall it and figure out what's going on. Sonic Crossworlds is at the point where nobody wants to play it with me in the house anymore, but I bought all the DLC ahead of time. So it's like Mortal Kombat, where I go back and I play it for the DLC re-release, or the DLC releases. I was bought this as a gift. I didn't play it. I don't really like Horizon Zero Dawn. Not for the reasons the rest of the internet didn't like Aloy. I didn't like it because there was an oversaturation of open world games, and it made me suffer for another game I'm not seeing on here. It might be PS4, but Ghost of Tsushima. I played way too many. Ew. That was almost gross. I played way too many open world games back to back that when I got to Horizon, I think I played Horizon for like 20 hours, Zero Dawn, and I never finished it. And then I tried to play Ghost of Tsushima, and I was like, I'm fatigued. I do it to myself probably with Fallout, but Fallout gets top billing. That's just the way it goes. I got a few more here. Hey, I found it. I have some PS4 games in here as well because these are ones that I found in my kids' rooms while I was looking for the rest of my PS5s. But let's just look. That's my steel case for Rebirth. That's where my discs actually are. Stellar Blade. If you have Devil May Cry scratch that you need itch. Let me say that again. If you have a Devil May Cry itch that you need scratched. Jesus Christ. It's near the end of the video, so like that's a point in the beginning. I would have restarted, but it's so stupid. If you want to play a game like Devil May Cry, if you need a hack and slash fix that's got a little more depth than average, that's your game. It kind of feels like Bayonetta just made by a different company to me, which is not a complaint at all. So these are PS4 games that I don't think made it into my collection because I found them in children's rooms. Get this all done within a half hour. No, because I got the 2 storytime ones. Let's zip through. Fallout 4. Found in my daughter's room. She plays Fallout, so it's my own fault. Never played it. Sorry, never beat it. Played it, never beat it. I don't know what you guys are so excited about with that game. Aside from titties on Android. I shouldn't have said that. Because if people actually do watch this video, I'm not going to hear the end of it about that. And then right after I said something about, I think I might be done with Final Fantasy. I don't care how many times they re-release this, I will buy it. Every fucking time. I know I tell people that I bounce between 8 and 10 being my favorites. Somebody's being annoying. Not somebody, animal being annoying over there. I know I'd bounce between 8 and 10 being my favorites. But if they were ever going to remake another one, I know people are really excited and want 9. Fuck you. I want this. I want that remade. Oh, this is my PAL edition with steel case too. This one, Final Fantasy 12 should be a little infamous on my channel because I used to not like it until we got Final Fantasy 13, and then I started to truly appreciate Final Fantasy. Jesus Christ, I knocked over the stack. I started to truly appreciate Final Fantasy 12. It's kind of like I did with Silent Hill, where I'd get Silent Hill 4, and I was like, man, it doesn't feel like the other ones. And then you get Homecoming, and you're like, no, it was part of the series. That's how I feel about 12. And then 15, I have 2 different versions of this. I bought the Royal Edition when it was on sale just because I didn't want to buy all the DLC. So these 2 games. This one's hilarious because I play a lot of Balatro. I'm at the point now, I played it on Xbox, I played it on PlayStation 5, and I bought it for my phone. I play this a lot. The cards are even in here. I found this on Cheap Ass Gamer for $11. And I thought that I discovered this game. And I started to tell people about it. And then I was telling Dan about it, and I was like, yo, there's this game I thought I discovered, and it's got so many, it's got like 1 billion hours on fucking Steam already. And I was like, I don't know how I missed the boat. And he goes, Balatro? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, me too. That game was so good, it was even slotted in that Game Awards for Indie Game of the Year nomination. That's pretty fucking good. It's a roguelite card game. Poker game. Here's the biggest gaming fail I've had in a long time. Now, I may have been under the influence of something when I bought this. This was like a 2:30 in the morning purchase. I know I said I work overnights. I was not at work. I was enjoying some home time. You know what I mean? I see this on sale. It's got all the DLC, and I didn't pay attention to that part. It just said complete. Now, this is an online game. You can play it single player with bots, but I don't know why you would do that. But this is an online. You're either the Predator or you're soldiers. For some fucking reason, when I looked at the posting on Cheap Ass Gamer, I thought this was Concrete Jungle, the classic, very rare PS2 Predator open world game. It was pretty much GTA with Predator. For some reason, I thought they re-released it, and I think it was because I just bought System Shock, and I was like, "Oh shit! Look who's at it again!" I even made up who released it. It was Night Dive Studios in my head. This is who's this from? Ilphonic. I've never felt so stupid when I installed this. I ripped the shit open, still didn't notice that it said Hunting Grounds. I thought it was Concrete Jungle. Put it in, install it, get to the main menu, and I was like, this is that fucking PS4 game that I didn't like. So thank you guys for watching. That's my PlayStation collection. Physical collection. I will do the digital collection, but there's over 1,100 games in there now. That video has to be split, because when I did the video when it was like 300, that still was split into 6 videos. But I don't have babies crawling around me anymore like I did the time I did those videos, so I should be able to get through them faster. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I'm hungry. I hope everyone has a great whatever.